Creating content consistently and keeping it optimized for search engines is essential to get search engine traffic, but it is also quite expensive. Here's how the process works. You first find the right keywords or do some topic research to find keywords to create content around. Then using all the keyword research that you do, you also create a content brief. Then based on the brief, you hire someone to write the content for you or your team does it for you. And then the content that you created or your team created needs to be optimized for search engines. And over time, all the content that you create needs to be kept up to date based on changing rules of SEO and changing guidelines by different search engines. So you need to consistently audit your content to make sure that it is ranking and it is optimized for the current guidelines. And also, what is your competition doing in terms of optimizing their content? And a lot of times you can take inspiration from what's already ranking because search engines are already rewarding that format or that style of content. So you can take inspiration from the piece of content that's ranking and just optimize your content in a similar fashion to make sure or increase the probability of your content ranking high in the search engines. Now, this approach definitely works and it's very effective as well. But the only caveat with this approach is that it's quite expensive when it comes to time, money, and energy. Think about it. For everything that I mentioned, every step in the process requires you to have a different piece of software because we have specialized software for everything. For keyword research, that might be WBeginner's keyword research tool or any other premium software that you like. For doing competitor analysis, you might need to do something different. For creating SEO briefs, you might need something different. And then looking at what the competition is doing in terms of optimizing their content, you need another piece of software like ClearScope or any other optimization. So everything has to be distributed amongst different software. The team has to manage it or you have to manage it. So it's quite management intensive and it also costs a lot of money to do all of this until today. Today, I'm going to introduce a piece of software that takes all of this process, gives you all the things that you need to create optimized content at scale, but gives it to you at a much lower price point than all of these softwares combined. I'm talking about SEO Boost. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how SEO Boost can save you time, energy, and money. And what SEO Boost does, how it does it, what are the great features inside SEO Boost, and how can you start using it to make sure that you can generate highly optimized content at scale while reducing your costs. All of this in this video. So let's get started. So let's start by taking a look at SEO Boost website. And by the way, this is a product from the AIO SEO team. So amazing plugin for WordPress for SEO. Now they have an independent solution so that you can create content, optimize content at scale as well. So as you can see, this has all the features you need. And of course, the link to this will be in the description and also on the screen. And you can do some topic research here. You can do brief building so that you can create content briefs right inside SEO Boost. You can optimize your content, you can audit your content, and you can also manage your content right inside SEO Boost. And I'm going to be demonstrating all these amazing features. And you can see we have a 14-day free trial if you want to get started with this. So head down to the link in the description after watching this video and start your free trial today after this, and you'll be amazed at all the features that you can do. Now, I already have an account. I've already logged into my account. So let me just give you a demonstration on all the features and how you can start utilizing those features to create some amazing content briefs, creating content, optimizing it, auditing it, and everything else. So let's get started with that. So I'm inside my SEO Boost account right now. You can see all the sections here. We have a dashboard, we have content management, topic reports, content briefs, content optimization, and content audits. I'll take you briefly through all of these sections. But if you just started your free trial, the first thing you should be doing is topic reports. If you're trying to generate new content, if you already have content created on your site and you want to do some audits and understand how the competitor is or are ranking better than you, then other sections will be useful. And I'll leave timestamps on this video so you can go to that section and see how to utilize the power of SEO Boost to optimize your content as well. So I'll start with topic reports first. And let's say I want to do some topic or I say keyword research basically. And you can see I've just been testing something out. So you can see I have already created a report on best gardening tips. But let me show you the process of how I would do it for a new keyword as well. So let's say if you're a car mechanic business, you're a car repair business, and you want to rank for car maintenance tips because that's what people will search for when they're trying to understand how to manage their cars or maintain their cars. So they will type for the keyword you can use is car maintenance tips. And of course, you can see the region. So a lot of regions are actually supported and US and tons of regions are supported. I'll stick with US just for example. And then the language or multiple languages are also supported. So once you have entered the keyword, selected the right region and the right language, all you have to do is, just click the create report button. And it takes a few seconds, sometimes maybe a minute to create the right report. And you'll see a progress bar here and here as well. So let's wait for the report to be finished and I'll show you how on what kind of details you can see inside your report. So the report has been created. You can see it here, car maintenance tips, search region, everything is, reports ready. And who also created the report, because teams are also supported. So if you have a lot of people working for you for creating content, you can see who is creating what kind of reports. So this keeps all the team in check, understanding that they're not duplicating their efforts. So let's look at the actual report here. Let's click view report, and this is the actual report for car maintenance tips. And this is an extensive report which will give you a complete idea on if I want to rank for this keyword within an article or piece of content, what do I need to do? So let's look at the sum of sections here. So first of all, we do a content analysis, or SEO Boost does a content analysis of top competing pages. So the average word count is 2,890 words, but the top 16, or I say the number one or the highest 16 have word count of over 10,000 words. What's the readability level? You can see the readability level. So if you want to rank higher, just make sure the readability level is low. Or I say it's easy for read for anyone rather than making it a little more complicated. And what's the average keyword frequency? So car maintenance tips, how many times is this particular keyword being used in the piece of content? This is just a basic content analysis. Then we also have content statistics. So if you see, top 1 to 5 pages have a content length of around 3,150. And you 6 to 10, or I said the 6 to 10 ranking results have a content length of 2045, and then you can see all the details here as well. So if you want to rank higher, your aim should be to rank or write a key article which is around 3,000 or 3,200 words around this keyword length. That's how Google likes it. Then you also can do a readability analysis, and you can see the top 1 to 5 ranking results have a readability score which is 10 to 12th grade. So keep your language simple when writing this piece of content. Then you also have the keyword frequency, how many times the keyword, which is car maintenance tips, is utilized in the actual piece of content, and then how many images does a piece of content has. So you can see that as well. So 31 images on average in the top 1 to 5 results, and it drops for 6 to 10 and then goes higher in 11 to 15. So you can exactly see what kind of content, how much length should it be, what is the simplest, or I said the rankings you should keep. So you're getting a clear picture on what kind of content you should create here. So we can also see content statistics in detail about content length, paragraphs, headlines. You can see the headlines here. What is the headline length? What is the number of paragraphs? What is the length of the title? How many words are bolded in the content? How many headlines or words does the headlines have? And what is the average length of a paragraph or total words in paragraphs versus total words in headlines? So all of that content or all of these statistics give you a complete idea of how the content is structured as well. This is very, very powerful stuff. Then you can see which pages are being ranked here. So you can see the car maintenance checklist. This is the first page. Then there's other website. And then all these websites are actually ranking. And if you want to see some details about this, you can always just click this and you will see all the things that you will see. So basically, you can see here, what's the headline like, the advertising disclosures there, then how we make money, and then the bank rate promise, and all these headlines are being added, and you can keep scrolling and you can see exactly what headlines are being used in the actual piece of content. You can get an idea right here. So you don't even have to go to Google or search engines to identify how they are ranking or what is the content. You can do the same thing for other, let's say, website as well, and directly you can see how it works. Now, this is so powerful because it gives you a clear picture right here inside the SEO Boost interface, and you get a clear picture on how or what kind of content should be created. And another great feature about SEO Boost is that you can start seeing question and answers pulled from forums as well right here. So you can see that these questions are done from Quora or some car care or auto repair, Reddit too as well. So all of these questions are also being pulled. So these are ranking questions. So these are the questions people are asking in the forums. So you can add them to your content brief or add them to your content to start adding them, or I say increasing your probability or chance of ranking in the search results. Then you also have important phrases and words. So you can see all the different words are being utilized, or which are the different words being utilized in different rankings, or I'd say different ranking articles. So you can include them as well. So car maintenance, car care, engine air filter, turn signals. So you can make sure that you need to include, or you should include all of these in your articles to make sure that it also ranks. You can see the common words being utilized. This is very powerful. And you can even see the alt text that is being utilized on the articles in the images. So you can understand what kind of images are being added. You can see cropped hands of mechanic maintain car. So you can see, you can try to imagine what kind of images are being added to the articles as well. Then what are the outbound links from these common articles? You can see all of this. So if let's say it's, some of the articles are linking to a very I say very common resource that users will find helpful. You can see it right here and then make note of it. Now, this is just the content report or topic report about car maintenance tips. You can run multiple reports. You can download this. You can use it to optimize the content, which I'm going to talk about. But the first step you can do after you do a topic research is to start generating a content brief. Because let's say if you want to start ranking for these words, you need to create a brief around this, which you can share with your team or your content writing team or someone else, so that they can know, or they know what exactly they need to include. And the best part about SEO Boost is that you don't need to go to another tool or make some notepad files or some random Google Doc file. Everything can be done in SEO Boost. So if I go here, you can start seeing that if I open the details of any of the competing pages or details of competing pages, you can see a click to just simple click button to add to the brief. So if I see here, how often should I get an oil change? This is a great question to ask, and I want the content brief to include this part as well. So all I have to do is just click this button, and now the car maintenance tips has an H2 outline already added to it. So now my content, I say outline is being prepared while I'm doing the research about what I need to include. So all I have to do is just look at the questions. So if I'm saying, hey, this is a great question, let me add it to the brief. Let me add it to the brief. Let me add this to the brief as well. Now my content brief is starting to come together already. So I can shrink this right now, and let's go to other pieces of content as well. Let's look at this as well. So you can see, check your spare tire, change the oil, keep the battery clean. Oh, this is great. Let me add this here. Let me add this here. And let me add this here as well. And instantly you can see that my content brief is starting to come together already. What should be the H1? What should be the title? So I can change this as well. For example, if I want to say 13 tips to maintain your car, and this should be the title, I can instantly change the topic here to the content brief, inside the content brief. And if I make any changes here, I can just do this, and I can add headlines manually as well here by clicking here, but I can add headlines by going into the sections or the ranking pages here. This is how easy it is to create content briefs, and you can add something here. Once again, if you have any specific questions here that you want to use from the forums, you can add that to the content report as well. So let's say this is a topic you want to add, how to save money on basic car maintenance. Just add it to the brief. And what are important maintenance tips? What property car maintenance service are a priority? What should, great question to ask. What should be the priority of things that car maintenance should happen, or a user should take, or I'd say keep in mind the priority of actions users should take. So if I want to add this to the brief, now I have a like nice brief already done. And then I can use these briefs as well. And just this data is also very useful. And I can add any of these alt text as well to the brief, that, hey, this is the alt text you should be using to images. And then I can add even outbound URLs. For example, let's say if you see the family.com article is being linked out, you can also check what the link is about. But let's say car seat tips to keep your child safe. If that's something you want to link out to, you can just click to add to brief. And now that is added to the brief, that, hey, make sure to link out to these options as well. So you can see how quickly we are developing a complete, I'd say a complete content brief here, which we can just hand over to the team so that they can start creating content. So in just a couple of minutes, we just created a beautiful report for a keyword. We identified what the high ranking factors were. We got a lot of data about how and what things people are doing or other competitors are doing to rank higher. And based on that exact data, we created a complete content brief as quickly as possible. So let's head to the content brief section now, and I'm going to show you how you can use that to optimize your content and how to look at other briefs that you have created. All right, let's talk about content briefs now. We already created a content brief using the topic research report or topic report here. So let's go to the content brief section where we'll find all the briefs that we have created. And you can see after a small break, I'm resuming this. So you can see this report or the content brief was created around 42 minutes ago. So if we click here, we can view the actual brief. And the brief has everything that you need to include in the articles to make sure that the content has everything that it needs to rank high. Now you can see what should be the title, what should be the H2s, H3s, and these are all coming in from the current say topic research that we did. We also have a suggested outbound URLs that you can use. And if you click the edit report here, then you can go and see the topic report once again. You can understand, add more things here using the report here. So you can always go back and include more things in the brief. So you can check your brief in the meantime, go back and edit and include more things there. And if you go back to content briefs, you can again see that here. So if you click the view brief button here, once again, you'll find the brief again. And this is how you can start utilizing the content brief report here to create, or the content brief feature here inside SEO Boost, to start creating content briefs that you can hand over to your team quickly. And you can see the content brief is here, where you include everything that you need to include in the brief. But the SEO suggestions tab also has everything that you need from an overview perspective to understand how to optimize the content. So what should be the word count? It should be something between this and this. 6th and 7th grade reading level, images, headings, tags, how many links, keyword frequency, everything that you need is here. You can also copy it and do other operations, but that's the basic idea. You have everything that you need right here to understand how the content should be optimized. And using the content optimization feature, which I'm going to talk about now, we can utilize the same features, the brief, to optimize our content. So let's take a look at the optimize content feature so we can understand how we can optimize our content with SEO Boost as well. So now that we have created the content brief, it's time to optimize the content. And if you already have content written down somewhere, you can use it or use SEO Boost to optimize the content, or you can start writing the content inside SEO Boost as well. Let me show you how it's done. So you can go to the content optimization feature from this tab, or just click on the optimize content section inside the content brief, which will automatically create a new project for content optimization, or let's say using that brief. So I'll click on optimize content here, and instantly you'll see this is now a section where I can start adding content. So based on the title, it's giving me a title here. So I'll just change this to 13 tips. 13 tips in your car. So let's say I've changed this to this, and I'll just paste some content that I've created here so that we can start optimizing it, and also looking at how SEO Boost is giving us all the real-time feedback on optimizing the content. So I'll paste it right now. And now you can see I've pasted a generic piece of content, and instantly we are seeing all the details we should be improving using SEO Boost to make sure that this piece of content is optimized to rank in the search results. So we can see the overall score is 23. We should work on this. Number of words should be increased. Readability is fine. Keywords, that means the ranking keywords should be used more. Images should be added. Headings should be added, and paragraphs should be added. So these are all the details you can see, and you can also see a good outline here. What's the H1? It's a paragraph tag. It's the H3 tag. It's the ordered list, and all the details you're seeing here. So how do we ensure that we are actually creating or optimizing this content by just looking at this and making changes real time? So let's say, for example, I can see the phrases errors here, and you can see the basic car maintenance feature or phrase has not been used. So instead of saying here are 13 essential tips, let's change this to basic car maintenance tips. So 13 basic car maintenance, let's hope I spell it right, basic car maintenance tips. And as I just did it, you can see the car maintenance tips, basic car maintenance tips now have started getting better. And I can look at all the different reports. We have phrases reports, we have word reports, on-page report, we have all these recommendations here. And we also have brief-based reports. So based on the brief we created, how accurately are we following the brief here? So I already cleared the H1, so it's giving, let's say, a validation, or say it's checked. But we have other ideas here as well. For example, we see how often should I replace my battery? I should be adding that as an H2. So what I'll do is I'll just go here and I'll create a new H2 by just using the editor and just paste this. Oops, I think I should do this way. And let's do an H2 once again. Yeah, let's paste H2. And instantly, as I created the heading, you can see that is now validated. I can just do the same thing over and over to have the headlines here. So once again, I'll do the same thing. I'll just convert it into an H2 tag. And I'll copy this from here instead of typing it out. It's much faster. I'll paste it without formatting and done. So just by using the inbuilt editor inside SEO Boost, I can completely optimize my content based on the brief, based on real-time feedback coming from how the page should be optimized using the target keywords and headings. And this is coming from pages that are already ranking. I also have the phrases report. I can just optimize the content, and I can optimize the headings, the paragraphs, the keywords, and everything right here inside SEO Boost. It's a fantastic feature and will help you create optimized content on day one. And just a few minutes of, I'd say, work, you can take any piece of content and completely optimize it so that the probability of it ranking high in the search results will boost basically. So that's how content optimization works inside SEO Boost. Let's look at some other features inside SEO Boost as well. So we looked at content briefs and how to optimize content with SEO Boost. Let's also look at the content audits feature, because if you're starting with SEO Boost today, you might have a lot of content already on your website, and it's time to audit the piece of content so that you can understand how to make use of it. So to give you an example of how to use audits, I'll take a real-time example, but let's go to content audits first. This is where we'll start the audit process. And the audit process is very simple. You have to enter a URL, which is your blog post. You have to enter the keyword that you're trying to rank for and the region and the language, similar to how we did it in the topic reports. So what I'll do is I have this beautiful article on W Beginner, which is the ultimate WordPress local SEO guide to boost rankings. I'll copy the URL, and let's say I am trying to optimize this piece of content. I'll just add local SEO as my main keyword. Technically, it can be local SEO, I say optimization or something like that, but let's keep it broad to see what kind of results we get. I'll just click create report, and in just a few minutes, or I'd say less than a minute, the report will be created and we'll be able to see how we can optimize that piece of content. So I'll wait for the report to finish and then we'll start the analysis of the report. So the report is ready. Let's take a look at the report by clicking the view report button. You see local SEO report here, and you can see all the previous reports I've created. And this is the report that we'll see here. We can see the page that is we are talking about, or we are trying to optimize, what's the keyword, and the goal of the content report is being mentioned here. Basically, we want to see all the data or all the changes we would require to make to this page to understand how we can rank higher if we are not already ranking higher. So it gives you a comparison between your article and top competing pages in terms of word count, readability, frequency of keywords, and images. So our article versus number 2 ranking keyword has word count of 2,586 and ours are around 4,719 keywords, and gives you complete analysis of what the basic, or I say the comparison between the word count is, what the comparison between readability is, what the comparison between keyword frequencies, and what the comparison is the number of images as well. So this data is very powerful to understand that, hey, maybe I'm just doing something completely different from what Google is expecting to see at this position. So I should just be optimizing my content that way. And that we also have that with headlines, paragraphs, title length, bold words, headlines, and paragraph words. For example, if you see headlines, number of headlines, we can see it here. We can also see the number of paragraphs that are being utilized, the title length in overall, number of bold words in an article, headline words, and also paragraph words. So this gives us a complete understanding of, hey, this is how the content should be structured to rank higher in the search results. Then we can also see all the detailed metrics here. They are completely color coded that we can optimize right now. So the content score, overall score is 62. We can target it above 90. Then we have word count is fine. Readability grade can be improved. Images, number of images is fine. Headlines, number of headlines can be improved in the article. We can, say, section the article out better in terms of headlines. Paragraphs is fine. Keyword frequency has to be, toned down a little bit. And outbound links are fine. H1 tags are fine. Words in headlines are a little low. We can improve it. Words in paragraph are fine. And we can take a look at all the different optimization metrics that we can improve instantly. And this takes just a few minutes of time. And instead of spending hours of research going into every single piece of content, ranking the search results, doing this yourself, in just a couple of minutes, you have ready-made reports on what changes to make on your article. And then you can have the probability of your website and your page ranking much, much higher. So we also have all these details, important phrases and words we should include more. And it'll give you current frequency right now. For example, local SEO should be used 13 to 26 times, but we have not used it. So all the optimization for every single phrase and word we should be utilizing, or what the most highest ranking pages are utilizing. If we just start optimizing based on this, you can see the probability of our content ranking higher in the search results will go up dramatically. And we can download this report, we can run it multiple times on different pages, and that's how you can utilize content audits and content audit reports inside SEO Boost to optimize your content. This covers the basic features of SEO Boost. We looked at topical reports, which we can do keyword research and topical research. Then we can use this feature to build out content briefs in detail. We can look at the briefs, we can edit those briefs, we can add more content manually. Then using the briefs, people can write the article and optimize the content, existing content. SEO Boost has a built-in editor, which gives you complete direction on how to optimize that content. And if you already have content written out, you can start using content audits to optimize your content. There's some team management feature here as well. So let me just go to the content management section where you can manage teams and projects. If you're an agency, if you're using SEO Boost to manage multiple clients, or if you have a large website, you want to divide it into chunks, you can do this here. So you can create a new campaign. You can name a campaign, let's say campaign 1. not a very descriptive name. Then you can have this scheduled or ongoing. So let's say, for example, you are chunking out sections or projects, or let's say campaigns, let's say ahead of time. So you can say it's scheduled. When should we start this? So let's say we start this in a couple of days. And then when should we end this? Let's say end of the month. And who is the writer for this campaign? So let's say we are doing a complete audit of let's say 10, 20, or let's say huge chunk of the website. And then you can assign a specific writer. So right now I don't have any writers assigned inside my account. It's only me. So I'll assign it to myself. And then who is the reviewer as well? So you can also work with an entire team. If you have a team of editors and reviewers and writers, you can do this. You can create and organize everything in folders, and then you can create this campaign. Right. So I'll just give this name folder 1, very descriptive, but that's all right. This is just a test. So now this content campaign will be scheduled. The campaign has been created, and then you can see all the content projects that we have inside this specific, I'd say, this management system. So we can look at this. Right now we don't have any projects, but we have a campaign that we have to schedule. We can go into the content projects, use the same feature to start creating or improving the content. So let's say we have a batch of new content coming out, then we'll select new SEO content. If we have an improvement campaign going on or a project going on, we'll use existing SEO content. Then what is the keyword that we're trying to rank for? So let's say local SEO was the keyword, and I'm trying to rank for local SEO. So I'll just add this here, and the same URL, I'll paste it here. Let me see if I can find that URL. Oops, let me just go here, and we'll copy this and we'll paste this here. And who's the writer for the project? I'll assign it to myself. Who's the reviewer? I'll assign it to myself. And once again, I can create this. Now, this is just an example. I'll not probably create this. I'll just close this. But the idea is you can create campaigns for long-term projects that you want to add new content or update new content. And if you have a specific keywords that you are trying to rank for, you can create content project here. And we also have the media library feature, using which you can manage all your media in the same place so that your team has access to all the media that you are using. So stock photos, SEO Boost connects with a lot of free stock photo websites which have complete licenses that you can start utilizing. So you can see so many stock photos available. You can click and instantly add them to your articles. And you can also upload your own media, which you'll be able to utilize. So basically, it's suitable for individuals as well as teams who want to manage content projects and I'd say long-term campaigns with clients. SEO Boost has it all. So that's the overview of SEO Boost, a fantastic product coming from the all-in-one SEO team. Complete content optimization, planning, research, audit product, all in one, and for a much more affordable price than you would go out and pay in the market. You can start creating content, you can optimize the content, do keyword research, topic research, create content briefs, manage your team, everything in the same place while working with your entire team. It's a fantastic product and you should definitely check it out. It's a 14-day free trial. So links in the description, also on the screen, and also in the pinned comment, so you can go check it out. If you like SEO Boost, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Otherwise, do all that good stuff, liking, sharing, subscribing, sharing it to someone. And if you don't continue your WordPress education, then definitely don't leave before subscribing. I'll also place a couple of other videos that you can watch after this video so that you can increase or improve your WordPress knowledge. You're watching Yuvraj from W Beginner. I'll catch you in the next video really, really soon. Take care.